What is going on, DramaCast fam? Get ready for a wildfire of updates. We've got a bizarre food trend that's got everyone talking. The Gatorade burger is taking over your feed, but is it safe to eat? And that's not all, folks. We're diving into a terrifying TikTok stunt that left a teen with severe burns after a fiery leap from a bridge. You have to see this. Then, we're exposing another dangerous TikTok challenge, the Benadryl challenge. That's pushing teens to take dangerous doses of medication with potentially deadly consequences. This one will chill you to the bone. And finally, a deal is brewing that could determine the fate of TikTok in the US. Will it stay or will it go? We've got the inside scoop. Stick around, you do not want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Gatorade burgers are the latest viral sensation. But is this trend a culinary innovation or a food safety nightmare? Social media is buzzing with a bizarre new food trend, the Gatorade burger. This peculiar method involves boiling ground beef patties in Gatorade instead of water or grilling them, and it's rapidly gaining traction on platforms like Instagram and TikTok. While users are sharing videos with thousands of likes, touting it as a hydration hack for athletes or a unique summer cookout idea, food safety experts are raising serious alarms about the practice and questioning any potential nutritional benefits. The process, as seen in viral reels from July 2025, involves simmering beef patties in popular Gatorade flavors like lemon lime or fruit punch for about 15 minutes before assembling them into burgers. Influencers are showcasing it as a refreshing twist on the classic dish. By September 2025, online discussions, particularly on X, revealed a mix of amusement and disbelief, with some users decrying it as a war crime against food, while others experimented with variations like Gatorade marinated chicken or ribs. Supporters, often young adults and fitness enthusiasts, claim the sugar and salt content in Gatorade tenderizes the meat and enhances its flavor, likening it to the effects of acidic marinades. However, this usage deviates significantly from Gatorade's original purpose, created in 1965 at the University of Florida to replenish athletes' electrolytes. This trend echoes previous social media food fads that sparked safety concerns. In 2023, the NY Chicken Challenge, which involved cooking poultry in cold medicine, led to FDA warnings due to the risk of toxic medication levels and bacterial contamination. Similarly, the 2024 raw chicken smoothie trend, promoting the consumption of uncooked poultry for health benefits, was widely condemned for its salmonella risks. Like the Gatorade burger, these fads often prioritize virality over safety, disregarding established food handling guidelines. There is no scientific evidence to suggest that boiling meat in Gatorade transfers meaningful electrolytes or provides any health advantages. In fact, many describe the resulting burgers as soggy and unappetizing, with the artificial flavors of the sports drink clashing with the savory taste of the meat. The idea of eating your sports drink lacks any scientific foundation for health benefits. From a food safety perspective, the risks are significant. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recommends cooking ground beef to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit to eliminate harmful pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli. Boiling meat in any liquid, including Gatorade, requires strict adherence to safe handling practices to prevent cross-contamination and ensure proper cooking temperatures are reached. Raw meat juices can introduce bacteria into the mixture, and reusing Gatorade without boiling it separately to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit amplifies the risk of foodborne illness. Standard food safety protocols, such as prompt refrigeration, avoiding the temperature danger zone, 4140 degrees F, and discarding any marinade that has contacted raw meat are crucial. Furthermore, Gatorade's high sugar content introduces additional concerns. When heated, sugars can degrade, potentially altering the flavor and possibly forming harmful compounds. The artificial colors and flavors present in Gatorade are not formulated or tested for cooking applications, making their stability under heat uncertain. Traditional marinades using ingredients like vinegar or citrus are considered safer and more effective for tenderizing meat without these associated risks. the Food and Drug Administration has not issued specific guidance on cooking with sports drinks like Gatorade, and PepsiCo, Gatorade's parent company, has not endorsed or commented on this culinary use. As this fad potentially spreads to other food items, adhering to established food safety practices remains paramount. While social media trends often prioritize novelty, following proven cooking methods is essential for minimizing risks and ensuring safe, enjoyable results. Will this bizarre trend be shut down by health officials, or will it continue to simmer online? Next, a terrifying TikTok challenge is pushing teens to the brink with a fiery stunt. A shocking TikTok trend involving a fiery stunt has resulted in a teenager suffering severe burns, prompting a stern warning from the Rhode Island State Fire Marshal. In North Smithfield, Rhode Island, a dangerous stunt captured on video showed a teen igniting himself on fire before leaping 30 feet from an old train trestle into the Slatersville Reservoir on September 6. Onlookers in the viral video can be heard cheering, but State Fire Marshal Timothy McLaughlin condemned the trend, expressing disbelief at the recklessness involved. Officials reported that both a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old participated in the stunt. The 18-year-old sustained second and degree burns to his back, while the 16-year-old escaped unharmed. The disturbing footage shows one individual pouring gasoline on another, setting their clothes ablaze, and then jumping off the bridge into the water. McLaughlin emphasized the extreme danger of the stunt, questioning the motive behind using gasoline fires and highlighting the risks not only to the participants, but also to first responders who might be needed to rescue them from the water. He noted that this appears to be a new social media challenge gaining traction. While there have been no other reported incidents of this specific stunt in Rhode Island, the State Fire Marshal's office is proactively issuing warnings to prevent further occurrences. McLaughlin acknowledged the role of social media, but urged individuals to avoid such dangerous challenges, suggesting alternative activities like going to the movies or the store. This fiery stunt is a stark reminder of the dangers lurking on social media, but the risks don't stop there. Next, we uncover a challenge that's turning a common household medicine into a deadly gamble. Parents in Louisiana are being alerted to a perilous TikTok trend encouraging teenagers to misuse Benadryl, a challenge that has already led to a near-fatal overdose. While Benadryl is a common over-the-counter medication found in many households for allergies or insect bites, a disturbing trend on TikTok is promoting the consumption of dangerously high doses in an attempt to achieve a euphoric effect. This has resulted in severe health consequences for young users. In a harrowing incident, a teenager was rushed to the hospital after experiencing hallucinations and a dangerously rapid heart rate of 200 beats per minute. Initially, doctors suspected a suicide attempt due to the large quantity of pills ingested. However, the teen confessed that she was influenced by TikTok videos claiming that taking large amounts of Benadryl could produce a high. The teen's mother discovered numerous Benadryl pills hidden under her daughter's pillow and realized a significant portion of the medication bottle was missing, far more than her daughter had admitted to taking. The mother expressed her shock, stating, "I saw all of the different TikToks she had been looking at. They were all kids doing Benadryl, and it just kind of blew my mind. I thought that was a safe medication." Tragically, this is not an isolated incident. A 13-year-old boy in Ohio reportedly died in 2023 after attempting the same challenge. Health officials and parents are strongly advised to monitor their teenagers' social media activity closely and keep track of any medication usage or purchases. Warning signs of Benadryl misuse can include extreme drowsiness, confusion, hallucinations, rapid heartbeat, and difficulty breathing. The South Carolina mother involved in a similar case urged other parents to be vigilant, emphasizing, "I just don't want any other parent to go through this." This misuse of medication is a terrifying consequence of online trends, but the digital world isn't just creating dangers, it's also facing a monumental shift. Next, we break down the high-stakes deal that could determine TikTok's future in America. A potential deal between the US and China is reportedly nearing completion, aiming to prevent TikTok from being banned in the United States just days before a critical deadline. negotiators from Washington and Beijing have established a framework agreement that could allow TikTok to continue operating in the U.S., provided it adopts a U.S.-controlled ownership structure. This development comes as ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, faced a looming deadline under the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, PAFACA, which mandated divestiture of TikTok's U.S. operations by September 17, 2025, or face a nationwide ban. U.S. officials indicate that the framework agreement prioritizes shifting operational control of TikTok to American ownership. Former President Donald Trump had previously hinted at a positive outcome for young users, suggesting they would be very happy once the details were finalized. A conversation between Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping was anticipated to confirm the next steps. While the broad strokes of the deal are emerging, including U.S. ownership, oversight of data handling, and limitations on Beijing's influence, critical details remain undecided. Key questions include the extent to which TikTok's algorithm will be transferred, whether ByteDance will retain any stake in the U.S. operations, and the specific role Congress will play in approving the arrangement. Beijing has reportedly insisted on maintaining Chinese characteristics for the app, a demand that could prove to be a significant hurdle in finalizing the agreement. For the estimated 170 million Americans who use TikTok daily, the deal signifies the potential continuation of their online communities, trends, and content. However, for policymakers, the implications extend to national security, data privacy, and the broader regulation of global tech platforms. Congressional leaders, already expressing concerns about Beijing's potential access to U.S. user data, are likely to push for stricter oversight. Tech analysts caution that even if TikTok remains in the U.S., its algorithm and content moderation policies could undergo significant changes under new American control. Meanwhile, China will face pressure not to appear as if it conceded a valuable asset under duress. The fragility of this agreement cannot be overstated. Congress retains the power to block it, implementation could face delays, and disputes over intellectual property might derail the entire process. Even if finalized, enforcement will raise complex questions regarding server locations, algorithm evolution, and compliance audits. Should this agreement be ratified, it could establish a precedent for how the U.S. addresses other foreign-owned applications in the future, potentially elevating issues of data sovereignty, algorithmic transparency, and cross-border tech regulation on Washington's agenda. Other nations are closely observing this situation and may consider enacting similar laws. For now, the potential deal offers a reprieve for millions of creators and users, buying valuable time. However, it marks merely a pause in the ongoing saga surrounding TikTok. The outcome of high-level discussions between U.S. and Chinese leadership will ultimately determine whether this framework leads to a lasting solution or merely a temporary truce in the complex relationship between U.S. security interests and China's technological ambitions. This deal could reshape the digital landscape as we know it. But before we go, let's do a quick recap of today's biggest stories. And that's a wrap on today's drama-packed update. We've seen the bizarre Gatorade burger trend raise serious food safety questions. A terrifying TikTok stunt involving fire and a bridge has landed a teen in the hospital with severe burns, and the dangerous Benadryl challenge is putting lives at risk. Plus, a massive deal is on the horizon that could determine TikTok's future in the US. What a ride! Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a single update, hit that notification bell, and let us know in the comments which story shocked you the most. Follow us on all our socials for more behind-the-scenes action. We'll see you next time on DramaCast.